Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, December 5th. I have some very bullish news for you guys, very positive news. So please bear with me as I go through all of it. It's a lot. We've been getting a wave of like really massive news lately from big companies getting into the market, big corporations, Wall Street giants, NASDAQ, Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, and so forth. So that's why I hope you're holding strong in this bear market and you're not just focused on price, because if you're only focused on price, you're going to miss what's happening, the bigger picture here. And this is the same principle that applies in real estate, in doing your research and understanding market cycles, understanding what's happening right now in the industry, and that will give you the understanding of what to do, hold, sell, and that type of thing. But what we're seeing now is, like I said, the big money getting in. Even though the prices are low, big sell-offs, this whole year has been one massive correction. The price is going down after the parabolic move up in December into early January. And even though a lot of the weekends went out, the price is really low right now, and it seems like the market is slowing down. Behind the scenes, the infrastructure is being built out. NASDAQ, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, as I mentioned, ICE, BACT, all these people getting in. And they're not doing this for fun as a hobby. They're not in it to lose money. They are here to make an investment and get a return on that investment. They're here to make money. And crypto is the new asset class that's going to allow them to make that money. And if you're patient and you hold, you will be rewarded as well. Same way if you were, investing in the stock market or so forth, you have to understand what's happening in the market right now. For example, the stock market's correcting right now, big time. But if you were to buy stocks like right now, on its way down, let's say, and 3 months from now, you're like, man, the stocks are not going back up, man. I'm tired of this. I'm giving up. Then right away, same thing. You don't have the outlook of the market cycles and what's going on in the economy and the run up that we had before, for the past 10 years, and the correction that's taking place, and obviously the trade wars and things like that are affecting the stock market. So you need to do your research, understand the facts, understand market cycles, and don't become the Wall Street statistic. Right now in the market, I believe we're in a capitulation phase. It goes to anger, depression, and then when the rally starts again, it goes into disbelief. Human psychology and emotions have not changed. But what, the people who win in these type of scenarios are those who don't invest with their emotions, who step back and look at the bigger picture and start thinking like the big money, that you have to look at the long-term vision, allow the market to mature and grow. We're in the infrastructure stage. So I hope you get that. I hope you're not discouraged. I hope you're holding strong. And, if you're holding XRP, man, it's a great, great day. And as I've stated, I'm most bullish on XRP. It's the majority of my portfolio. I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others as well. But XRP, I believe, will be number one eventually, and it has the biggest use case and utility. And we have R3 has announced their integration and planned usage of XRP. So R3 is proud to announce the release of Corda Settler, an open source CorDapp that allows Corda users to settle using any payment method. The first payment rail enabled for Corda Settler is the XRP Ledger. And as you can see here, XRP network is included in this little GIF that they shared here on Twitter. Man, this is such big news. And they have the full press release here. I'll read through it, but really quick, shout out to XRP Research Center who consolidated some of the important takeaways here. How is this beneficial to the XRP ecosystem? 1, second app able to settle with XRP. We have XRapid, and now we have the Corda Settler. So this is big. You have XRapid itself, which is huge and live right now, and Corda and R3 has its own clients, including Amazon. So big things ahead, guys. We just have to be patient, let all of this roll out, because they have to go through testing, and then they're going to start moving money on here, and they're going to start seeing the volume kick in on the XRP ledger, and that's going to be reflected on the market capitalization charts, and that will help contribute to the price growth. Number 2, development decentralization, not just Ripple controlling XRP. R3 is also using it. This is, an argument. Another fact that shoots down the security FUD that's being spread, right? And these companies would not be going live with this if XRP was going to be named as security. And that's why Jay Clayton, all these people, remember we talked about this, Ripple has all the former SEC people on their side. They're already talking to the current SEC folks, Jay Clayton and so forth. And that's why Ripple even increases the number of validators or nodes. So it moved to full decentralization where it only controlled about 17%, 20% of the validators. So big moves happened this year for Ripple and XRP. Number 3, potential reach of 200 plus tech companies and financial institutions. As mentioned, R3 has their own clients. Number 4, programmable settlements with XRP Corda smart contracts. Man, this is such a big win. And XRapid and Corda will be contributing to that volume on the XRP Ledger in the movement of money, guys. This is big. And R3 has their own YouTube channel where they published a video today talking about Corda Settler explainer. So you can go watch this. I don't want to play the whole thing because I don't want copyright issues, but it shows how it's going to be leveraged. So remember, knowledge is power. Go watch this, learn about it. And let me give you some more details here from the official press release. R3, the world's leading developer of enterprise blockchain solutions for businesses, today launched its new Corda Settler, an application purpose-built to allow for payment obligations raised on the Corda blockchain platform to be made through any of the world's payment systems, through traditional and blockchain-based. Any of the world's payment systems. I like that. XRP is the first globally recognized cryptocurrency to be supported by the settler, bringing the Corda and XRP ecosystems into closer alignment. Here's a quote. The deployment of the Corda Settler and its support for XRP as the first settlement mechanism is an important step in showing how the powerful ecosystems cultivated by two of the world's most influential crypto and blockchain communities can work together. This was said by Richard Gendel Brown, CTO at R3. The settler will open all forms of crypto and traditional assets. It will open to all of them. This demonstration with XRP is the next logical step in showing how widespread acceptance and use of digital assets to transfer value make payments can be achieved. Now, XRP we know is faster, more scalable, and cheaper to use than Bitcoin and Ethereum. So sure, they can plug in other cryptos, but we know XRP is the vastly superior technology here, and that's why they're starting with it. So when a payment obligation arises on Corda during the course of business, one party now has the option to request settlement using XRP. The other party can be notified that settlement in XRP has been requested and that they must instruct a payment to the required address before the specified deadline. Once an Oracle service validates the payment has been made, and both parties can treat the obligation as settled. Man, this is such a big win for XRP. So big. And we do have to be patient. Like I said, let this thing roll out. Let them get it up and running. But this is huge progress. And this is being picked up by, of course, all the crypto blogs and different financial blogs and so forth. So this is very, very big, guys. And if you recall, just to give you some background, Ripple and R3 teamed up with 12 banks to trial XRP for cross-border payments back in 2016. Here's an article on Ripple's website from October 20th, 2016, over 2 years ago. And we know there was a fallout between the two, some sort of dispute and a lawsuit and all that, but that got settled when? This year, in September. And look at that. Ripple was able to still get them to continue to use XRP here. So big win for Ripple. Big win for XRP. If you're holding XRP, this is massive bullish news. This is what we've been waiting for, to hear and to see all the puzzle pieces in place. I mean, and there's definitely more. This is maybe a few of the puzzle pieces here, but it's slowly but surely happening, and that's why we have to be patient. I want to stress that enough. Patience. These are real companies. It takes time. To get these things in order, to go to trial and testing. and make sure everything works from a legality standpoint. And you have to understand that. I know some of us are stuck in the world tunnel vision of crypto. Oh, did this coin move? I want to make money really fast. Where the market's maturing, and when you have a real company like Ripple that's disrupting a multi-trillion-dollar industry, these things can't happen overnight or in a few months. They can take, as you can see, years. And don't get me wrong, the lawsuit was one of the things holding it up, but it can take years. And it can, I'm not saying that some can't happen in a few months, but look how long they had to, they took for XRP to go live. And then we know of 3 financial institutions going live by the end of this year, and that could happen this month. We're waiting for confirmation from Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse said dozens next year. So we got to be patient. And, if something is, make money overnight type of scheme, it's definitely not legit, right? So you can't view crypto like that. You have to change your mind and start thinking from a business standpoint, not just crypto. What's happening here? What are the ins and outs? How does this all work together? And we're seeing a major disruption, new technology coming to place. So it will take some time, but this is very, very big news. If you're holding XRP, you should be so confident and excited right now. This is going to pump so much volume in the XRP Ledger, actually real world utility, and not just from XRapid, but from the Corda Settler via R3. So I'm so happy to see this and hear this, and trust me, my friends, more is coming. What the Ripple said, they have going on over 200 production contracts. There's more to come. So keep holding your XRP. Now, along the lines of XRP news, NETELLER, which is a fast, secure, and reliable payments and money transfer company, says, in case you missed it, you can now buy and sell XRP with NETELLER. Find out more here. From Euro to XRP and back again. So they are based, it seems like, in the UK or in Europe, I should say. So continued adoption and integration and listing of XRP. And man, big things are ahead. Shout out to Leonidas here. Bibox will open XRP deposits and withdrawals along with XRP, BTC, and XRP ETH trading tomorrow. So December 6th. So it's, man, I can't even list on my fingers here how many exchanges started popping up and listing XRP, using it as a base currency, and adding fiat pairing. And this is a great sign, because as always say, last year was a different story. Even going back to 2016 when I got into the market, XRP was hard to purchase, and if you were to get it on some exchange, you couldn't get it with fiat pairing, and let alone use it as a base currency in some exchanges. So great day for XRP here. Moving ahead, Huobi. Now, they've been doing a lot of stuff. Remember, we heard about the derivatives, crypto derivatives trading. Well, we have news that Huobi is rolling out futures trading on a new platform. At this year's Crypto Frontiers conference in New York City, digital currency exchange Huobi announced it will begin offering derivatives contract trading. So it looks like some of this is regurgitated news. So they just phrased it different. They have futures. The service will be available via Huobi's derivative market. Okay, actually no, this is new. We heard about the derivatives contract trading. Well, this is in addition to that. So we're seeing more and more exchanges building out institutional services, going the mainstream route of bringing crypto, like derivatives, futures, ETFs, and so forth. All of those things are coming, and it speaks to where we're headed, guys. Where we headed? What's the big money doing? What moves are they making? Despite the prices, they don't care about the price right now. They know these things do take time, and they're going to build out their services and build out all the infrastructure and let the market grow from there. Those who hodl are going to get rewarded. Those who have weekends and sell off will end up buying, may end up buying back again at higher prices with commissions. This is where this is headed, guys. And then we have some other news. ConsenSys backs $2.1 million funding round for Ethereum privacy startup. So I'm still holding my Ethereum. Ethereum has a lot of potential. There's a lot of things. I've spoken to a lot of people about the things that have been working around Ethereum, and even though things have slowed down a bit on the development side, a lot of the upgrades have been postponed for 2019 and later. There's still a lot planned, so trust me when I tell you this. ConsenSys Labs led a $2.1 million seed round for Aztec, a startup that's working to make Ethereum transactions private so financial institutions can comfortably use the second largest blockchain. Announced Thursday. Wow. Other investors in the round included entrepreneur first Samos Investments, Jeffrey Tarrant of MOV37, and Charlie Sunhurst. Aztec, created by the mathematician Tom Pocock, the nuclear physicist Zachary Williamson, uses zero knowledge proofs, also known as ZK snarks, the cryptographic technique popularized by Zcash currency to enhance privacy on a shared ledger. But the startup claims its protocol is twice as efficient as the other known technologies on the network. So movements are being made here to improve Ethereum. I'm certainly bullish on Ethereum. I've shown you guys different use cases with governments and even some banks doing a loan on there. I shared this news with you, facts, right? And that's why I hold it in my portfolio. But like I said, I believe XRP will be number one. But there's going to be multiple winners coming out of this market, just as there was with the .com boom. You had your Googles, your Amazon, Priceline, eBay, and so forth, right? So just letting you guys know that. We have some news here. 7 major EU countries signed declaration to promote blockchain technology. So, like I said, you watch what the big money's doing, but also the governments. They are warming up. A lot of these countries now are recognizing this is the new disruptive technology, the next layer on top of the internet. The blockchain and cryptocurrencies leading the movement in blockchain. But cryptocurrencies also play a role in the disruption because there's different utility tokens. Case in point, XRP, right? Allowing you to settle faster, move money faster in a large scale, and will obviously affect or change the lives of people who are sending money back home and across overseas. Also, companies moving money, they don't have to wait 3 to 4 days. So 7 southern EU members have signed a declaration to promote Distributive Ledger Technology, or blockchain technology. The group, known as Mediterranean 7, includes France, Italy, Greece, Malta, Cyprus, Portugal, and Spain. The Mediterranean 7 believes blockchain technology can be a game changer in boosting the efficiency of their economies. Of course, because blockchain is going to improve the way we transact with each other, correspond, and so forth, improving the trust. And it's going to really fix a lot of, all of these data breaches that we see with major, Visa and this company and this hotel and that. This is where blockchain is going to come in to fix all of that. And, it's going to be a different world when blockchain gets fully integrated, guys. So the future is bright. Be patient. I hope you see the bigger vision here. You're not just looking at price. Like, oh my God, we're down. Bitcoin's down, whatever, 90%, and this is down. If it was just down and we didn't have the facts in the news, then I would say, yes, you have reason for concern. But when we see what's happening behind the scenes, and all you're hearing from CNBC, FUD Money, and all these news sites is that, oh my gosh, Bitcoin crash. Is this the end of Bitcoin? Bitcoin's going to go to $0. Oh, yeah. And that's why NASDAQ is doing Bitcoin futures. That's why Bakkt is going to do physically backed ETFs. That's why Van Eck and all these people are meeting with the SEC to get Bitcoin futures approved. And I'm using Bitcoin as an example. But you see what's happening here. You have to look at the movements because you're hearing different narratives and stories from different places. But you as an investor have to be well-versed, research, and understand. Watch the money. Watch who's doing what. Not what's just being said on TV or by some of these people, mainstream news. What's the move that's happening? And this is nothing new, guys. It happened in the .com boom in different... That's the manipulation that takes place where the big money work with the media. They put out a certain narrative. People are like, oh, yeah, this is done. This is crap. This is fake. Oh, yeah, it crashed. I'm done. I'm selling all. I'm going away. Then come maybe a year later or months later, and it starts going back up, and then there's news of, oh yeah, this is going to be integrated here, and here's real world utility, and then the narrative completely changes, and then you got caught in that cycle, right? You got caught in the emotional cycle here, and you didn't take a step back from your emotions and look at the facts. You have to look at the facts. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I have friends and people I know who made money off of, a lot of money off of crypto, and I wish I got in early and listened to them. I know people who made money off the stock market, some who bought, and I wish I listened, who bought in, after the 2008 crash, and even, some who bought in the 90s, stocks like Amazon and whatever, and they made money. But those who bought, I knew a few people who bought after the 2008 crash in 2009, and they held and they made money. And I kicked myself like, man. But now I talking to those people and talking to different people, mentors, now I understand. My eyes have been open to the cycles. All these markets move in cycles, and you can't just listen to the mainstream media. You have to look at, for example, if R3 released this information of what they're doing, this is fact, this is straight from the company. You're not going to see a lot of these things on mainstream media. So that's why I hope you guys get what's happening here, the bigger picture. And as I've said before, it's not financial investment advice, but don't invest what you can't afford to lose, right? Because that'll keep you up at night. If you put more than you're willing to lose, then that's a problem. It's your problem, but it's obviously a principle of investing that you shouldn't do, because then there's no 100% certainty, not in stocks, not in real estate, whatever. Could there be 95 to 99.9%? Sure. But I can't say 100% with 100% certainty this is going to happen. You have to take that approach, that these are principles to live by, so that you know what moves to make. And once again, not with your emotions, with the facts. So anyway, guys, what do you think about this news? This is massive. This R3 XRP news here. I'm telling you, hold. Even if you want to sell, and once again, not financial investment advice, but I'm just trying to get you to think factually and logically here. Even if you wanted to sell, why would you sell now when the market's down? It's like if you're holding real estate and the housing market crash. If you're able to hold that real estate, right, hold it till the market goes back up, or the stocks, right? So you got to think about that. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. If you like this video, please share with your friends and family and my channel as well. Those who want to learn about crypto. No over speculating here. Fact-based. We look at the facts. We make educated guesses here. So thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.